In the 1980s, boxer Iron Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet. He was knocking people out in 90 seconds. Fighters were so terrified of him they lost the fight before they even stepped in the ring.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go in.
Inside or outside the ring, nobody messed with Iron Mike. Nobody, as it turns out, except pop superstar Michael Jackson.
He dissed me, man. Motherfucker played me. He looked bitch in front of all those people. I hated his guts forever, man. Every time we heard Michael Jackson's name came out, mother.
So what did Jackson say to ruffle Mike's feathers? In the 1980s, Jackson and Tyson were the two biggest names in sport and entertainment. Both had risen from poor, black neighborhoods, and both were now the trailblazers for the black communities around the world. They were both in their 20s and were both called Michael, and both were at the height of their fame, influence, and success. Tyson was the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, and Michael Jackson held the title of the biggest-selling album of all time. It was August 1988. Tyson had just destroyed the People's Champion Michael Spinks in the richest fight in boxing, taking only 90 seconds to do so. And after releasing two of the biggest-selling albums of all time, Jackson was in the middle of his Bad Tour, which, at the time, was the highest-grossing, most attended tour in history. So when Michael Jackson's Bad Tour came to Cleveland, Ohio, local resident Mike Tyson decided to pay Michael a visit. Tyson, still in his early 20s, owned a mansion in Southington, Ohio, and he contacted his promoter, fellow Cleveland resident Don King, and off they went to the concert. Tyson and Jackson had never met, so, after the show, Don King took Tyson backstage to meet the singer. As soon as they were backstage, Tyson was mobbed by Jackson's staff and musicians, all wanting an autograph and a picture with the undisputed heavyweight champ. As Tyson signed autographs, he saw Jackson speak to Don King. Jackson then went over to the exit door to await his car. As he stood waiting, Don King gave Michael the peace sign, and Michael returned the gesture. And as Tyson rose his hand to salute Michael with the same gesture, Michael lowered his hand and looked away, blanking Tyson.
And the way I said, did he play me? And no, he didn't play me. I know he was just didn't see me. I knew he didn't play me, right?
If there was one man on earth who was as famous and as successful as Michael Jackson, it was Iron Mike Tyson, and Iron Mike Tyson was not happy with Jackson's snub. He was the heavyweight champion of the world, being mobbed by Jackson's team. Did Jackson really just snub him in front of all these people?
I'm at the top of my game. The whole world know me, Fighter of the Year, unified champion, knocked me out 2 seconds. The whole world's talking about me.
And so, seeing Jackson stood alone, Mike Tyson decided to approach him.
And I go over there, I pull out my hand, and he turned around and he said, "Where do I know you from? Do I know you from somewhere? You look familiar." And I said, "No, I'm nobody. I just a fan." And you turned around and got in the car. I said, "Oh, I gotta try that on somebody." Crush me right like that.
Of course, Jackson knew exactly who Iron Mike was. They were the two biggest superstars in the world. When Jackson saw his team mobbing Iron Mike for pictures and autographs, he likely decided to play it cool and act coy. He, after all, was the superstar too.
From then on, I hated this guy. I never talked to him. I said, "Oh, Mike Jackson, this, that, Michael Jackson," and this is the truth.
The animosity would soon die down, however, when, through a mutual friend, Tyson and Jackson were finally introduced, and Jackson would go on to invite Tyson to his Neverland ranch. Say what you want about Jackson, but that guy has guts.